What up YouTube, G4Leader here once again, back with another video for you guys. In today's topic, I want to talk to you guys about Avengers Infinity War. And yeah, I just want to give my thoughts on the movie, talk about some theories I have about it, and things like that. Because yeah, like I said, is this the best Marvel movie thus far? I can't quite say that yet, but I can definitely say top 3 for sure. Top 3 for sure. Starting off, I'm going to give my score of it early. It was definitely an 8 out of 10 for sure. I actually did like Civil War just a tad bit more. I don't know what it is, but I liked Civil War. Civil War was just a little tiny bit, you know, but they almost neck and neck to me. But yeah, the one thing I can say about Marvel is they always had a villain problem. You know, that's the only problem they always had, is a compelling villain. Their villains were always kind of lame, for a lack of a better word. They was always lame, and what I like about Infinity War is Thanos single-handedly fixed that problem. Single-handedly. He was menacing and sympathetic at the same time. Like, he was a complex character. Like, you felt like his motives was, he felt like the universe was overpopulated. There's not enough resources, you know, which probably is a real problem. It's just his solution to the problem is, nigga, extreme as fuck. You know, his solution is, let's wipe out half of humanity. I mean, half of the universe. You know, fuck it. Let's wipe out half of these motherfuckers. You know, you know, like a noble cause that he want to fix that. Just the way he going about it is crazy as fuck. You know, kind of remind me of a Killmonger in a way. You know, the way he feels, it makes sense. Noble as fuck. Just the way he going about that shit is crazy as hell. Yeah, like I said, but right out the gate, in the beginning of the movie, he was just a menacing as fuck. Thanos and his children just decimating Thor, decimating everybody on his ship, all the Asgardians. And the way he did Hulk, my nigga, the way he just beat Hulk's ass, man, I felt some type of way. I was like, Hulk didn't even put up a better struggle than that. Like, I wanted to see at least Hulk put up a better struggle, but Thanos just, let's wipe the floor with him. It was like no contest. Granted, you could say that Thanos had the Power Stone. You know, he did fight Hulk with the Power Stone. So he did have a little bit of an advantage. But I don't think the outcome would have been different had he not had the Power Stone in that fight. But I think it would have been a little bit closer if Thanos didn't have the Infinity Gauntlet and the Power Stone. So, but like I said, that shit had me there feeling away, but it did put the fear in me. I can say this about Thanos. Every time he was on screen, I felt tension. I felt like I was on the edge of my seat. I felt like I couldn't breathe. I felt like, yo, this dude is really fucking menacing, you know, and I could really appreciate that. Like, it's like, it make you not want to take a breath whenever he's on the screen, because you don't know what he's gonna do. He kills people. You know, he killing motherfuckers out here. You know, and yeah, you know, so like I said, him being menacing, and they balanced that well, because you seen how much he felt for Gamora. He showed emotion. He was being a sympathetic character, that he was willing to give up what he cared about most to achieve his goal, and I felt that shit, you know. So like I said, with the combination of the two, I felt like that was great. That's what made Thanos the best villain in the MCU, hands down. You know, as far as them juggling all the heroes, I felt like the teams made sense. I feel like this was a build-up. They wasn't going to bring all of the heroes together in the first movie. You know, that's why they broke them off into separate teams. Because keep in mind, I don't think Iron Man and Captain America even talked to each other in that movie. Some of these people had no interaction with each other whatsoever. They didn't have no interactions at all. So, like I said, that was crazy to see. But like I said, the teams made sense. They broke them off into teams for a purpose. So every team basically could get enough character development. Everybody could be seen and shit. And I could appreciate that. It was a smart thing to do. For the time restraint that they had, it was about a 2.5 hour movie. It made sense that they did it that way. And yeah, everybody had something relevant to do. But the real standouts of this movie, aside from Thanos, was Thor. I feel like this was Thor's movie. I feel like Thor. Everybody got a little bit. Everybody got some shine, but I feel like Thor got the most, and I kind of get why they did that because they wanted to establish that he was the strongest Avenger. He's a god, so the power up he got. Because keep in mind, he fought Thanos, survived, took a ship exploding, felt the dying dwarf star's energy coursing through his body and took it like it was nothing. Like, my man's adorable as fuck. Thor is adorable as fuck, and he did the most significant damage to Thanos. Although, although it do bring up another kind of issue I had with it, which was the kind of the scaling in power, right? Like, them saying that Thor is that strong. Yet, when Hulk was full on punching Thanos in the face, Thanos ate that shit like it was nothing, right? Yet, when on planet Titan, when it was Iron Man, Doctor Strange, Star-Lord, and Spider-Man, I think I said Spider-Man, when they was fighting Thanos, when Spider-Man was punching him, all Spider-Man's hits doing more damage than Hulk's punches. Do Spider-Man somehow punch harder than Hulk? That was one thing that made me pause through the movie. It was kind of jarring to see. I'm like, okay, but like I said, I rolled with it. But yeah, I rolled with it. That was one of my only gripes, was kind of the scaling and power. But that aside, the action was dope, and I love the action scenes. It was non-stop action. I can't even go over all the action scenes they had. So, like I said, I thoroughly enjoyed it. Aside from that one minute point, and that's me nitpicking. But yeah, like I said, this leads me to my theories too, that people saying that was Hulk really scared of Thanos, because after Thanos beat his ass, Hulk didn't come. We ain't see Hulk again through the whole movie. Like, we did not see Hulk again. Like, was Hulk scared to come out? My personal theory, I don't feel like Hulk was scared. I feel like they are setting up for something even greater in the next movie. I feel like we're going to get some real payoff here. I feel like after that fight, Hulk went somewhere to do something. Bruce Banner is out. Hulk is doing something. Hulk is planning something. I don't buy that Hulk is just being a little bitch. Thanos got him punking out like that. He don't want to come out. I don't buy that. It could be a possibility, but I don't buy it. I don't want them to do that to Hulk's character. Like, don't do that to Hulk. Hulk deserves better treatment than that. So I'm hoping that next confrontation, that he's just waiting, biding his time till he get to see Thanos again, and we might get World Breaker Hulk from the comics. World Breaker Hulk from the comics. Hulk at his maximum power, his angriest, his strongest, and we're gonna get a knockout, slug out fight. I'm not saying that Hulk is gonna stop Thanos single-handedly, but I feel like Hulk is gonna get some redemption. I don't feel like they're just punking him out like that and he's gonna be gone through the entire series. Through the rest of the movie. I don't believe that. I feel like there gotta be some payoff there. There has to be some payoff there. Like with Thor, this was Thor's payoff in this movie. Thor had to lose Loki for him to get the kind of power that he got, and got a new weapon, Stormbringer and shit like that. I feel like that was his payoff. I feel like next movie will be Hulk's payoff. But as for deaths, like I said, I felt all of those deaths. And, even though it's temporary, because all of these heroes got other movies coming out in 2020 and 2021. So, kinda, what I'm saying? They gonna be alive. But when they did disappear, it was heart-wrenching. And the one that I felt the most, I think the one we all felt the most, was Spider-Man disappearing. I was like, oh man, it broke my heart to see that shit. He didn't want to go. He ain't want to go. He regretting coming. He probably wanted to stay on Earth. Like, why did I even come up here? It was just a horrible way to go. And you felt that Tony felt that loss there. He felt responsible for Spider-Man in general. So you could tell he really did feel that loss. So when he left, I really did feel it. When Black Panther left, that pissed me off because my nigga, Can we talk about this? Briefly. I want to talk about this. Why can't this nigga stay king of anything? Why can't they? Why can't he stay? Why does he stay not being king of shit? Don't he? In the first movie when he was king for 5 minutes till my man's Killmonger came and beat that ass and took the throne from him. Then he eventually got the throne back. Now the motherfucker lose the whole kingdom. Wakanda basically gone at this point. And not only that, Black Panther the one that fades away. And I'm like, but y'all keep M'Baku? All the people that disappeared, it really pissed me off. All the people that disappeared. Why? Like, in terms of black people, Falcon gone. Nick Fury is gone. But we keep War Machine. We keep War Machine. That's who we keep. The nigga legs don't even work. So we get 0.5 of a nigga. We only got half a nigga left on the team. The whole niggas are gone. Black Panther gone. Falcon is gone. We got half a nigga on the Avengers right now. Half a nigga. I don't appreciate that shit. I felt the way about that. But yeah, that aside, I felt it when everybody left, and I felt like this movie was a great setup for what's to come for 2. And my last theory, which is about Thor, because of these people's contracts being up, Chris Evans' contract being up, Robert Downey Jr.'s contract being up, and Chris Hemsworth's contract, I feel like they gotta die. In the second one, I feel like somehow, some way they gotta die, and I feel like Thor's will make the most sense. That Thor might die for real, and when Thor do die, I feel like that's when we're gonna get Beta Ray Bill to take his place. Because we've seen Beta Ray Bill, I believe we've seen him in Thor Ragnarok. On one of the planets, we've seen Beta Ray Bill without the powers. And I do believe he's going to get Stormbringer. Because he was meant to have Stormbringer. So I feel like Thor might not survive it, even though he got a power up. And that was his payoff. I feel like he's not going to survive. And they have to find some way to give it to Beta Ray Bill. I feel like they ain't just going to casually introduce him and have him be there in Thor Ragnarok, and then we just never see him again, right? So I kind of feel like we might get Beta Ray Bill in the next movie, as well as World War Hulk and things like that. But yeah, them just my 2 theories about what's gonna happen with those 2 characters. But yeah, like I said, overall, I love the movie. I felt like Thanos was a great villain. I felt like the teams made sense. I feel like I loved everything about it. The action scenes were really nice. Aside from me nitpicking that one minute point, and yeah, I really did love it. I really did feel like it was the perfect amount of time. I didn't get superhero fatigue from it. 2.5 hours was perfect. So for what it was, like I said, it is exactly an 8 out of 10 for me, which is really damn good. Really damn good. So that's just my thoughts on the whole movie. But yeah, I want to hear what you guys think about it. Y'all can hit me down in the comments down below. Tell me your thoughts on the movie. Tell me your favorite parts. Let's talk about it. That's the best part of these movies, is just getting to talk about it with people. So yeah, let's get a discussion going. G Foley here signing off, and thank you guys for watching.